YouTube? Tucker back with Next Level Freight. And to give you guys another update, my trucking journey, my trucking career, on the road to 3 to 5 trucks. Still figuring that part out, but next one is coming soon. So I'm feeling good. Last time I spoke to you guys, we had talked about having one of my worst weeks in trucking in terms of being able to truck and just could not find loads. Very bad week. You know, got over to certain areas, San Marcos, Otay Mesa, just couldn't find a load back. Did a lot of deadheading, which is never good for business. So we switched things up. We made a correction. You know, I knew that there was going to be more freight coming out of LA in the afternoon, so we made that switch, and it paid dividends because we had one of our best weeks in trucking of all time. Either the best week or the second to best week. The $7,500 gross, about $4,300 profit in a week. It felt good to be able to run and to set out a plan and for things to go as planned. Of course, there was some wrinkles. We're going to get into that. But overall, good week. I cannot complain. Get this thing closed right here. Right. So, one day this week, we came back with empty, meaning we deadheaded back. Couldn't find a load back out of San Marcos. Delivered that load. It was a pickup in Fontana for $550 over the San Marcos rural area. It was like a farm or something, but overall, would I do it again? No, wouldn't do that load again. The load, getting loaded was great. They weren't too bad, but it was a bad load. Once I got over to the receiver, they had no idea, or they acted like they had no idea that I was coming. You know, sometimes you get up to these places, they act like it's a burden for you to be there and to get unloaded. They ordered the stuff. They need it for whatever it is, whatever kind of operation it is that they're running. In this instance, it was a farm, you know, so I had some equipment that they needed in order to get to work and get their crops out. And it's just, you know, people got a terrible attitude when you pull up to these places. But, you know, if I absolutely had to, I guess, now that I'm thinking about it, I would, you know. But if I have my choice, I'll never go back. And that's one of the beautiful things about being an owner-operator or owning trucks. You know, you really do what you feel is best for your business. The wait was long, the money was okay, the people sucked, so I put them down on my list. We won't be back there anytime soon unless we absolutely need to. So I want to talk about one load in particular. So the reason why we ended up coming down to about 7,500, it really should have been 7,000, but we actually had a strong arm of broker into paying us an extra $500, and let me tell you why. So I picked up a load from LAX going to Otay Mesa. It was paying $500. It was a load that was lighter than anything I've ever moved. This truck can hold up to about 47,000 pounds. The load was 1,300 pounds. It should have went on a box truck. It was 3 pallets. That's why they didn't really want to pay, considering the miles. But I was in a bind. I wanted to finish off the week strong. I had my eyes set on $7,000 profit, so I just pulled the trigger. Now, what made me so hesitant on pulling the trigger on this particular broker is their credit rating. So their credit rating wasn't great. It was okay, and they had a bad review. Someone had said that, you know, they didn't get paid. They moved the load for them and they didn't get paid. Now, occasionally, I run across these loads and it's a no-brainer for me. I go to the next one. I won't move it. You got a bad credit rating or a shaky credit rating, I won't move the load because I need to get paid. And I'm already dealing with a company called Elite Transit. Yeah, I'm throwing their name out there. They owe me about $550 right now on an invoice that's probably 75 days old. But I anticipate that they're going out of business, so they're racking up invoices, and they probably plan on going bankrupt like Yellow Logistics and a lot of the other brokers out here that are doing bad business. But that's besides the point. So I ended up talking to the broker and letting them know that I was concerned about being paid. The CEO of the brokerage calls me and tells me, you don't need to worry about it. That review that we have is from a couple of years ago. We do great business. You have my word. And I'm in a bind here. You know, I'm really trying to get to my $7,000 $3,000 mark, and I pulled the trigger on it, man. Against my better judgment, I pulled the trigger on it. So I pick up the load, I move it, I get down to Otay Mesa. Now I get down there at 4. Really, I should have been down there at 2. The shipper was a nightmare. Getting loaded at LAX on a holiday, Veterans Day, it was terrible. So I ended up getting down there at 4, and I need everything to go perfect at this point because I got to pick up at 5 down the way over in like National City. That's about 20 miles away. I'm getting there at 4 p.m. I'm praying that I get there. It's 3 pallets. I'll take it off myself with a pallet jack if I need to. 3 pallets is nothing. I can finish it 10 minutes, 8 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever. It's 3 pallets. Come on, man. I'm sure everyone knows what a pallet jack is. I'll take it off in 3-4 minutes, max. I get there, and much to my surprise, the place is closed. Now, I got 3 pallets on my truck. I'm scheduled to pick up a full truckload down the street at 5 p.m. and this place is closed. What do I do? First thing I do is call the broker and give him the business because you told me this place is open and I got to pick up down the street in an hour and now I'm screwed. You know, they don't got nothing to say. You know, of course, they're saying they're gonna make calls, but I'm looking at the place, man. They ain't doing it in sight, and they're not gonna send someone from home to come here to open up this facility to take all 3 pallets. It's not happening. So I call a owner operator who I know, a guy who's been in the game for a long time, older dude named Ed, Hispanic guy, and I ask for advice. I do that pretty often. If I'm in a situation and I don't know how to handle it, I have no problem asking for advice. Especially when I only got an hour to spare. So I call him and I ask him, and he says, you know what? He knows, he's done this load that I'm scheduled for at 5 o'clock. And he says, just show up. Ask them if they can load around it and make that broker who left that stuff in your truck pay you an extra $500. Which to me kind of sounded crazy because normally layover is about $150. But he said, no, make them pay $500 for screwing up your week. I said, okay. I end up pulling up to my shipper for the 5 o'clock appointment time. And I've had, you know, they've been okay. You know, sometimes they got an attitude, sometimes they're cool. It depends on the day that they're having. But I pulled up and I just told them the situation. I could have lied, but I don't want to lie, man. It's not good. I just wanted to tell the truth and see if they can help me out. So they got a warehouse. It's actually UPS. Shout out to UPS. And it was a round trip. And so I had to go back to the facility in the morning anyway to drop off. And the guy could not have been cooler. You know, he took the 3 pallets off the truck. He said, I'll leave them here in the warehouse. When you get back to drop off that load, because you're going to do a round trip, you can pick it up then, which was insane. I could not have predicted that. I thought they were going to turn me away. I actually had even considered just calling and canceling the load because I just didn't want to deal with it, you know? Just figured my week was screwed or my day was screwed, and I just was stuck with that load. So he took it off the truck, loaded what he had to load. I took that down to Inglewood, reloaded at their Inglewood location, shot back down to National City, and I got that stuff back on my truck and was able to deliver that load Saturday morning, you know, about 20 miles away for an extra $500. So that $500 load turned to a $1,000 load. I still was able to do my round trip for $1,100. I can't script it. It could not have gone any better than what it did. Could not have gone any better than what it did. But that's just words to the wise, man. You go with your gut. You know, I read their reviews. I saw their credit rating. There's a reason why they're rated like that, you know? And the guy had the nerve to tell me after it was all said and done that that load's available every Friday if I want it. Get the hell out of here, bro. What are you talking about? You know? So they're under the impression that I missed my next load, you know? I still was able to get their stuff delivered the next day at 8 o'clock in the morning, but before I knew I was going to be able to pull that off, You know, I told them I got a load schedule, and you guys ruined that. You guys are gonna have to pay me. I threw out the number that they needed to pay me $1,000 versus $500, and they said okay. You know, upon arrival Saturday morning, 8 a.m. before I got the stuff off my truck, they zelled me $1,000 for a load that was 120 miles. Pick up on Friday, deliver on Saturday. So again, I can write a script better. Fantastic $7,500 gross, about $4,300 profit for the week. We're gonna try to replicate this. I'm almost positive we won't get to 7,500, but if we can get to 6,500, you know, $3,500 profit, I'll be in good shape. So I can't complain. So enough of story time. I wanted to keep you guys updated. Like I said, record week. If you guys have any questions or concerns, leave it in the comments. Again, I'm here to help. I'm trying to learn this industry kind of in real time. So some weeks are good, some weeks are bad, some weeks are terrible, some weeks are fantastic. We want to try to start making it as consistent as we can so that when early next year rolls around, we can feel confident getting our next truck. So I appreciate you guys sticking around. If you did, listening to me rant. Try to keep you guys updated on another video, maybe in the next week or two. Really want to focus in on driving, but hopefully everyone out there stays blessed and you keeping those wheels moving. Until next time, peace.